At the height of the rubber boom, in the late 1890s and early 1900s, a small band of the Kaxinawa tribe, who were living in the headwaters of the Uruguay River watershed in what is now Acre, Brazil, were contacted by Brazilian rubber tappers who were moving into their area. They clashed with the rubber tappers, killing them and taking their axes and machetes and other manufactured goods, and retreated up the Imbira River, crossing over into the Purus River watershed, settling on the headwaters of a small stream called the Curanja River, where they remained in isolation for about 50 years. In 1951, they were contacted briefly by a German anthropologist working out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, and shortly thereafter sustained permanent contact with Peruvian river traders. Within 3 years of permanent contact, more than two-thirds of the population of the Peruvian Kaxinawa had died from introduced diseases such as respiratory infections and influenza. In 1955, the Kaxinawa were contacted by North American evangelical missionaries from the Summer Institute of Linguistics, who were intent on studying their language in order to translate the Bible into Kaxinawa. Over the next decades, under the influence of the missionaries, the Kaxinawa moved steadily downstream toward the Brazilian border. While the Kaxinawa continued to fish and hunt for game in the forest and maintained their subsistence gardens, much has changed in Kaxinawa life and society in the past 4 to 5 generations since permanent contact. They have abandoned the longhouses and now live in single-family dwellings. Where previously village sites were changed every 5 to 10 years, now they have titled lands with permanent village sites established along the main rivers. Each village has schools where Spanish is increasingly spoken, and much of the traditional knowledge, especially the rich oral traditions, including songs, stories, and the ceremonies of the ritual cycle, continue to erode and are in danger of disappearing.